night. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
Alright, race fans, welcome back here to PTM Racing TV and welcome to Martinsville Speedway as we are now going live here tonight on the track and surface that is known as the paperclip track. This place will give you a headache as much as it'll give you troubles, and it's about to be shown right here on PTM Racing TV. Hi, everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Shriver joining you tonight here for the call as we get ready to get to the action here today. We'll start it up pretty quickly, real quick, with our driver's stats. We're going to go show you who's on the board on the start of this one. Bobby Hutchins, the 77, is the number 1 seed from the qualifying. Is outside. Will be the throttle. Chantel Pottle in the 5. Row number 2, Robert Kahn, the 21, is outside. Tyler Orick in the 8. Row number 3, Nick Kern, the 69, Polly outside. It's the 00, Matthew Hofford. Row number 4 is Mike Rideout, the number 76 is outside. Noah Healy in the 84. Row number 5, Cody McRae in the 28 is outside. That beats Daly Pottle in the 48. Final starters in this one, Matthew Mylan in the 17 is outside. Joker Joe Nudelman driving the number 14. 12 in the field. 12 in the stat. Martinsville Speedway is about to get racked and stacked and put back all that. It's going to be interesting to see here how these drivers kind of maintain their distance, maintain their control here on this track with these kind of cars. Again, it is a short track basis with a small little engine in these things. These Legends cars definitely going to be a handful on many roads and many playing fields. And the big thing to watch out for, in my opinion, is going to be without a doubt your cornering and your exiting. How you come off the exit is going to be a big part as much as it is just getting into the corner. Drivers are going to be having to watch their brakes, watch their timing zones, and watch every little detail they go out with here. If you ask me, this could either be a good sport, this could be a big shot or a big upset here for some out there. We'll find out though as we bring them around town off turn number 2. We're going to get everyone racked, stacked, and all that, and it's time to go racing at old Martinsville, Virginia's Martinsville Speedway. Hutchins, Pottle will set them down. Ready to go, throwing them off the track and throwing them out on the speedway. We've got them ready, we've got them rolling. It's the green flag high in the air, 70 laps to the distance. And out of the gate, no surprise here. Everyone getting a good jump out of the turns here. The Rattlesnake Robert Kahn going deep inside the end row. Looking to try to make the 5 stay up on the top side. Keeping them up there is going to be a big vantage point while some drivers try to go into the inside run. Nick Kern with a little bit of a blink or two with a glitch graphic gremlins going on the attack with him here. But kind of forcing the 5 Chantal Bottle to get in the outside line, and all trouble goes down there off turn 2. Yellow flag out and about. Yellow flag is out here, unfortunately, and it looks like the number 5 Chantal Bottle just having a little bit of a tough time kind of keeping that thing on track and online there. Ends up getting herself into a bit of a handful there. Another look at it from the instant replay. Watch carefully. Gets into that area there. She's in the concrete. Then gets slap dab off and really had nowhere to go, unfortunately. She'll have to start from the back of the pack here and try to work her way around. That's going to definitely cost her some precious momentum, though. Vila going to get back centered away here, unfortunately. Tough start for the 5. She'll have a lot of work to do to kind of get back into this field here. Joker Joe Nuttleman not making the call here, so 11 drivers are making the stand today. Stanley Pottle, part of the Pottle clan, looking to get his Intel 48 machine a little bit of a rundown or two, a little bit of speed. Definitely going to have a lot of work to do down here, especially with guys like Robert Kahn and Nick Kern kind of sneaking their way up. Kern's been known to really push and bash and dash a few of these cars around, and he's known to do it again here. One driver to watch out for, though, is a guy that may have a little bit more experience in these things than we realize. That being the man in the 84, Noah Healy, the youngster. One of the toughest guys in the track layouts that he runs from the Banderlos, as well as moving up into the higher ranks and the higher stats that he drives on those tracks. I feel like tonight may be really kind of his substance, his style of racing. But how will he be able to handle when these drivers get right up into him and get up into the fight zone? That will remain to be seen. Go to McRae here, driving that old SpongeBob 28 machine tonight here. I don't know what the heck he was thinking when he went with the SpongeBob character on that, but kind of matches his style. He always is a kind of a goofy guy, so I mean, you got to be a little bit of a goofy goober when you run these things here. 5 getting out of pit road here. We'll have to serve an EOL for getting that caution out there. 77 of Bobby Hutchins and Robert Kahn, the 21, will go back out of here. These two, if you want to talk about a rivalry, though, then you look no further than these guys. Hutchins, Kahn, 2 completely different styles of racing. Hutchins, more known for his kind of that old short track mentality. Kahn, more known for his kind of trying to be up clean, but he'll fight you hard style racing. 2 completely different ends and 2 completely different build arounds of these drivers here. Ryan Reid saying sucks to see people overdriving on lap 1. Yeah, it can be a bit of a handful down there. But you got to remember, this is old Martinsville, so you got to make your moves and make them count. Out of the gate here, they will fire them on down here. Everyone trying to intercept the turns, looking for momentum when they can here, though. Kahn and Noah Healy getting right into it there. Both drivers crashing hard off turn 2. Austin's back on now. And just when I said good things here, Matthew Hoffer gets sent to the shadow round. He's upside down on that number 8 and that number 00. Oh my goodness, what has happened here? We'll take a look at the replay here and find out exactly what transpired there. It looked like Kahn might have overdrove a little bit there. See if Noah Healy give him the bumper. Yeah, he's bumping him around a little bit. Noah was already pretty much being pretty aggressive here. And yeah, that definitely got Kahn loose there, got him all over the place. Ends up getting kind of put into a bit of a bad spot. Looks like an onboard camera here. Look at that 84. And again, I know he's got to be aggressive down there to try to make a move, but I think this might have been a little too aggressive even for him. You can see right here, entering into that turn, Kahn did not get a good start. And you can see that bumper being put to good use on the roll bar. Kahn was slightly loose, but you can see Healy was also getting Kahn pretty out of shape and out of place there, causing the caution to come on out. Gone heading into pit road, going to get a cleanup job. Hoffert, though, is going to be stuck in there for a little while. Unfortunately, he's getting a tow here. Definitely not what he wanted to have hit. But Brian Healy's saying we just bought a legend for Noah for the 84 next season. Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see how he does in that, my friend. Seems like he's got a pretty good idea how to run him right now, but I'd say definitely more than anything, he's going to have to be careful. The thing with these legend cars is they're shorter wheelbase compared to a longer wheelbase car, so they obviously are going to be a lot tighter, a little bit more harder to master. And catching your slides, yeah, good luck with that. It's a lot easier to try to catch a slide with these things in dirt than it is on the asphalt. That Kern right now, that's trading paint. Sparko 69 looking to get some ground clearance, get some momentum built up. Everyone all around the track here looking to do much of the same. Kahn and Healy going to the outhouse. They'll have to work their way back up into the White House here. And I am still not, I'm not forgiving Kahn for literally making a scheme last night that pretty much exemplifies what I would call the T-Rex car of PTM Racing TV, because he pretty much made it just look like me and all that. I don't even know what to think about that. Field gonna work their way back on around here, entering in down turn 2 to the back straightaway. Every driver for themselves here. So Pushing Limits Racing League Legends Race. Just one of the many series these drivers get to play out with and get to have a little bit of fun with. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Watch for that green flag race start here. Drivers get them fired back on down. It's time to get back to it. Drivers getting in pretty aggressively here. Kahn already getting pretty aggressive. He got kind of toe tap there when he looks like, unfortunately, entering into that turn. Got loose, got into the grass. A little bit of a troublesome spot for him. He'll have to work back from it. The 69 and Nick Kern now going on the outside, trying to make a move off here. It's Cody McRae, crashes it right off of turn number 4. Spins it too hard, got too aggressive in the corner, and ends up costing himself more time than he can get it for. We go on board here as the MRM machine right now of Mike Rideout, projecting himself right into the fight. The spray of the 69 and the number 77. Bobby Hutchinson and Kern in a solid battle, mano a mano for the duel for the lead. Both drivers not giving an inch here. Kern trying to get the outside line to work with the concrete surface compared to the asphalt surface high above him. You're probably wondering, home, why is one spot here concrete? Why is one side asphalt? Well, the difference is it's really hard to actually make asphalt work here on the inside corner here. So they actually just left it concrete, kind of left it alone for drivers to use. Makes it a lot more interesting racing too. It makes it much slicker for guys to kind of handle and really take down on the field. The outboard camera here, Robert Kahn, the number 21, as he tries to get the mobile one back into the fight, into the fray. As he tries to go to Pep against with the D-Dub, Bud Box, River Bottom Raceway, Lightning Raps, number 5, Chantal Otto. Those two last night had a bit of another war on their hands as they returned to their old rivalry back at Iowa Speedway. Certainly putting in a fight and a fair shake of things, looking to outplay the other. But in this case, it was all about just handling themselves and handling their nerves. You can see the way those cars are actually kind of cornering in on the right side. You can see those shocks and sway bar actually dipping down just enough in there to actually where it'll kind of line up. Remember, with these short wheelbases, you need more of that weight to be transferred to the right side, comparatively like what a sprint car or what a late model may even be, a super late to be exact. Whereas the car is more benting down into the left side to help the rear end kind of counterbalance, kind of act that way to get around the track. It's a bit of a workaround when it comes to handling your turns and handling your corners. But if timed just right, either makes you a better driver or it breaks every bone in your body. Hutchins yet to leave the race lead so far anyway. Kern looking to try to get any kind of opening he can off him, but he has not found it yet. The 84 Noah Haley right now, after that little incident he had off turn 2, seems to have gotten things lined back up and a little bit more under control. Got a great run off here as he tries to get to Tyler Orrick here. Tyler Orrick at the moment currently kind of playing possum a little bit. You saw some of those lap time differences. He definitely gave Healy a little false sense of security, and now has started to reel the deal back in and get the 8 back on the frame, back on the fight. Although, one thing you gotta watch out for with these drivers again is always gonna be, are they just planning this out? Are they actually just driving to make this car seem like it's going slower than it is so they cannot use up tires? As it looks like the 84 might have just done that here. Down the inside zone, watch out for the 5. Here comes the throttle, Chantel Bottle. There's a reason why they nicknamed her the throttle, Chantel Bottle. She has no trouble putting the throttle down on the track as the 84 goes down to block. He knows he cannot let the 5 catch his inside. That's no man's land with these cars. Maybe with fenders you can put 2 and 2 together, but this is not the case here. Putting 2 tires mixed in together on this track or a bumper on there, and you've got yourself a problem on your hand. Get around the corner. Oh, that corner number 3 though. The 5 catches the 84 and sends him for a tail whip. Send up for a tail whip there. Colin and Noah Healy yet again. What 2 worlds collide. Unfortunately though, the 5 got up in a bad spot here and a bit of a bad omen there. We'll take a look at the PTM instant replay and see what transpired there exactly. Definitely some hard racing to be had, but holy smokes, folks, that one got pretty aggressive there. You can see the inside corner got clipped there. The 84's trying to block. You can see the 5 very much having to try to drive over that, if you will, and trying to get out of the way, but I'm not really sure how else to really go about that one. We'll take one more look at it from the onboard camera. You can see the wheel kind of clipped in, then you see the 5 just kind of driving that thing off him. Wasn't much they could do in that case or what they can do in that position. So all drivers right now are going to have to kind of settle back down, kind of settle back in. Chantel going into pit road, probably to serve her penalty there, if you will. I think with pushing limits, it's all about having fun, but it's also pretty much about just making sure you can prove your worth, your talents on other kinds of tracks. Speaking of that here, just a little fun note for you tonight. Tonight may be the first time in a very long time I've seen more Canadian drivers from the Newfoundland side to the Rock side to even around just the mainland of Canada actually outranking the Americans here. The Americans tonight, we've only got 5 of them. There are 11 drivers on the track. There are 6 of the Canadian drivers out on the field. Ain't that something for you? I think it might be a PTM Racing TV new record. Something to keep an eye on tonight as well here is that we've got one more race coming up after this. As Kenneth Crawford comes on board saying Team TSR has ruined on his boy down there in that 69. Hoffer will get his lap back. He lost it earlier due to the little shenanigans and antics there that he had to deal with from guys getting into him and flipping him over. Actually got that car fixed up there and taken care of there nicely though. Shows that he's ready to wheel and deal it yet again. Hofford, hey, easy down there, Hofford. You got to be careful about damaging these things, bud. He's still going to be a full lap down, it appears. Yep, he'll be a full lap down still, but the good news is he'll get one more chance of getting that lap back. Hopefully the caution, if it comes his way, he'll be able to get a break here. Just about halfway done with this race here. As the drivers now prepare to go back out of here, now ready to get back onto the field and onto the stage zone. And a little bit of a sneak around here. Watch out for that 48 Stanley Pottle. He's just kind of sneaking up on all these drivers here. I did talk to him a little earlier today. He seems like he was ready to kind of practice things around, get things more settled in his way. And that's the way he likes it. Hutchins, I think, trying to get the troops rallied up a little bit. Maybe get everyone kind of squared back away here. Drove it pretty hard around that corner as they bring him right back to the green flag race start zone. Green flag high in the air here yet again. Everybody looking for an opening out of the gate, looking for some spots. 3 wide salute. They're entering into turn number 2. Myler trying to watch out as Noah Healy is trying to make runs here. He's trying to make some moves. And it looks like Myler will be the one left on high and dry as he gets sent up to the top side. He had nowhere to go. The Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn right now looking to get out here with the aid of Tyler Orrick. Orrick trying to maybe give himself a little bit of breathing room from the 21 because those two last night went at it with one another as well. Kahn would be the victor at Iowa Speedway, relying on his pit strategy and his timing there. And really what would stand out to be quite the showcase and quite the performance there. Of course, following today here, Green Mountain Grills is up next on the roster here for our racing action, so stay tuned for that. We cannot wait to show you that in its entirety as we go back on board here with the number 77, or excuse me, the 69, Nick Kern. I didn't realize I was wondering when Nick Kernex took the race lead from Bobby Hutchins. We'll have to see if that old short track mentality of Bobby comes back into play here. We know Bobby to get that little bumper too if he has to. If he sees a fender on these cars or he sees any kind of roll bar, I guarantee he's probably in his back of his mind thinking, maybe. He'll race you hard, he'll race you good, but he also can be a bit of a trick artist here. We'll have to see what happens. Stanley Pottle, surprise, honestly, the Intel number 48. Impressive driving so far, keeping himself under control, more relaxed here. He's been holding on to the 4th place spot. Looks like he might have been practicing a little bit, kind of getting things dialed in, but the problem is now he's making major openings here. He's driving it way too hard up, and it's going to the outside, too far up. Now here comes the aid of Tyler Orrick. You just can't leave that bottom lane here at Martinsville. Yes, you can get the outside to work a little bit if you got it timed just right, but getting the run out there and actually get it to pass, that's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Good luck trying to get a way around that. The Pottle clan here, the 48 and the 5 here in their own little zone. Staley driving way too high up, goes way too far into the corner and loses all that momentum he just had to his name. Really cost himself the time and even slowing down Matthew Myler here a little bit. Myler and McRae put back behind a little bit at that little bobble here for Stanley. Stanley's had a few issues here before at Martinsville where he's actually struggled to keep the car in check and keep it under control. And I think right there it just showed he got it again. It got him again. Now for Albert Kahn, remember he got crashed out earlier, got sent back to the back, had to work his way around. And so far, ever since then, it's pretty much just been smooth sailing, just kind of let the car ride its own wave. Just put laps down on the track and just make sure everything's stuck to it. And that's exactly what he's doing right now to go back on board with the Mobile One camera. You can just see from all ends here as number 21 Robert Kahn makes a bobble in the turn, opens the door for the 5 of Chantel Bottle. You can see when they're entering into those turns, entering into those corners, they've got to be very tight to the apron. They can't get them too loose, but at the same time, they can't under the corner. If they overshoot it, they leave the door wide open. They undershoot it, they run the risk of the old bump and run, as we like to call it here on short track racing. And believe me, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's give a good bump and run and get them out of my way. Not saying I do it intentionally, it's just sometimes someone just slows up too much and I'll end up having to drive it in a little bit deep and they just get tagged enough and I'll just sneak to their inside. So, usually you see on tracks like Martinsville, Bristol Motor Speedway, of course even smaller tracks like Southern National, Stafford Motor Speedway, just to name a few off the list here. Some of the tracks we never even seen before either, like Langley Speedway, certainly comes to mind here. And believe me when I say it, I am really hoping we can get Langley off the list sometime soon. It seems like we will. I think it's just a matter of time. Mike Rideout right now currently a little bit behind the tail, whipping behind the 8-ball, if you will. Guess he is getting a little bit cleaned up and cleared out as the 5 continues to drive up to him. So does the 21. Rideout, I think maybe abusing his tires just a little too much, and considering the 5, Chantel has a new set of tires on her legend car, as well as the rattlesnake rubber con. I think that's kind of the biggest difference here. Doesn't help, also a little bit of that drafting kind of helps him, considering this is a big track for these little legend drivers. You wouldn't think it's a big track because it is a small track, but yeah, believe me, it is a big track to them. Rideout opening the door here, but the 5 still not able to take him. I think that's going to be the hard part here, is just trying to find an opening, trying to find a line to really shoot out from, especially considering that you got to literally deep inside dig it in there. Rideout, though, makes a mistake, bobbles it hard off turn number 2. All that momentum I just said, literally long gone and wasted away. The 5 taking over position. Jar's leading him down as Nick Kern continues to hold Bobby Hutchins back here. You can see Noah Healy and Robert Kahn moving their way into the change yet again. Every driver for themselves here, no one giving an inch and no one giving out. And even with that damage there on that left front corner panel of the number 84, he's still putting up a little bit of a showcase for him and his team. Like I gotta say to iRacing too, full props on the department for making this thing look as realistic as that actually would in a legend car. They even got the little hood caps there and all that attached on. Those hood clips there, that if you're wondering home what those hood clips are for, that's pretty much just to keep the hood locked in place. It actually makes it a lot easier to pull these things out. All you gotta do is just pull the little clip back and boom, there you go. Of course, that means in the race, if you get a little too much damage and those things get loose, they can get a bit troublesome there. And speaking of troublesome, Healy into the wall protection coming off turn number 2. That car has the damage on the left side. Now it's going to get damage on the right side. He is struggling. He is struggling and he's hurting right now, just hoping for a little bit of help. The rattlesnake and the throttle going at it once again here. Both drivers looking for any kind of momentum, any kind of build up they can. It's Kahn versus Pottle once more here on PTM Racing TV, and I don't know how many times I got to keep saying that or how many times I got to bring it up, but you know, this rivalry is just so intense, they just do not know when to lay off from it. But the thing is, they respect one another, they're very gracious on being competitors, and it looks like Kahn is getting closer and closer to finding the opening the 5 has given him. The thing is though, Chantel's not exactly letting him just get an easy win off her. She's tough, man. You gotta be careful about her. She's a feisty little one. If you try to put her in the back, or try to put her in down, she's like a cat. She'll just scratch and claw her way back up. She don't care. Speaking of one that's been more focused on that race tax as well, Nick Kern right now still pretty much scratched and clawed his way up into the race lead with Bobby Hutchins when we were about only like lap 30 or so there, and since then it's been pretty much the Kern show. Hutchins trying to ease up the pain, ease up the momentum, though, looking for some openings when he can. He sees the lap counter, he sees how much further he's getting behind the 8-ball here. Battle raging on still here as right now Mike Rideout currently not too far off from these two drivers battling it out here, still looking for any kind of opening they can get. This is about as close as it can get here at Martinsville without literally just going to the inside or putting a bumper to one another. And speaking of that bumper, look at the roll bar down on the front of Robert Kahn, my friends. That thing is damaged badly. It's hurt. Oh, speaking of hurting badly damaged here, the 48 Stanley Pottle stuck in the corner there, and they gotta try to avoid him. Whoa! Stanley Pottle stuck in a bad spot. He's trying to get refired. I'm not really sure why the caution didn't come out there. I would have thrown that thing out quickly. 48 is stuck there. That's a bad spot. Stanley, get out of there, bud. Go. Come on. He's got to try to stay right there until they go by him. And the caution flag finally will come on out. He may have lost power down there, and finally the official's getting to it. Looks like he finally got it refired here, but Boy howdy, unfortunately that 48, that's the thing about short track racing. You get stuck in a bad angle like that, it can be a bit of a challenge and a bit of a hassle. Take a look at the Intel 48 as he comes right around here. Well, this was the initial troubles. You can actually hear the motor quits. This is where he spun right in front of the drivers. The motor quits, he's trying to refire. And everything else just was not going. And that certainly is a bit of a tough break there for the drivers, unfortunately, but everybody else will have to kind of leeway back in and get things under control here. Now the whole field looking to progress back through, and it looks like the 5 is going to go into pit road. I don't know if she's going for a fresh set of tires or what she's up to here, but if I had a guess, I think she was watching closely what 21 and all of them were doing and maybe thinking with the amount of laps left she might have enough time. With this kind of a field though and this kind of a track, I would not try to play my hand like that. I think I would try to stick it out and get the most positions here, but although to be honest with you, the whole point of this racing league as well is just to have a little fun and enjoy yourself. It's not actually just to go for points. Bragging rights is one thing, but it's mainly just for fun. Well, I'm seeing fronts go on that 5. Let's see if the rear end gets some. Yes, it does. So 4 set of tires. And that means one thing, that everybody else is going to be on the lower end of the playing field, except for Cody McRae here, as he actually will get a set of tires there. 2 and 4 tires set to go. Healy getting back around. He'll get his lap back after, well, finding kind of the wall protection earlier in turn 2 and then slowing down majorly here. Remember, folks, coming up next, Green Mountain Grills is in town. They're on the show. They're on the shards. They're on the prowl, and they're ready to head it on down. We'll see them fight it out at Phoenix Raceway here in just a little bit. But right now, we're going to see these drivers go at it once again here. The whole field ready to fight them up again. And Hutchins, the thing about him I'm a little bit nervous about, is he going to get aggressive? Is he going to bring everything on the line here? Pace lights are off on the pace car here. This could get interesting. 10 laps, Martinsville. That's like literally a 5-lap shootout on a 1.5 miles. You never know what's going to happen next. The field of drivers working their way down the back straightaway here. Kern and Hutchins. They seem to be developing a little bit of a rivalry as of late. They seem to be really getting each other a number once in a while. We'll see which one gets the better of the two as they line them off down Alpha turn number 4 down to the green flag restart zone, and they are back at it. Down on the inside though, watch out for Khan, gets it right into the 77 of Hutchins, and a huge wreck ensuing right behind him. Healy and Myler crashed in off turn 2. Oh boy. Well, right about now, I would hate to be anybody that is getting to try to push their way into this one, because this one could get a little gnarly. Taking a look at it. Look like right out of the gate here, everyone was pretty stacked up. Myler going way out of line there and end up kind of spinning it right in front of the whole field. And it looks like Myler unfortunately has decided to jump into pits. I think he's done for the night. I think the car is done. We'll take a look at the replay here from the top cam here. Watch how the rear end slides out from underneath him as he comes off that corner here. From concrete to this asphalt, all of a sudden, Hofford had nowhere to go, Healy had nowhere to go, and that kind of got everyone else squared away. And Myler, it appears that he is done for the day, so his race is over with, unfortunately. What a tough break But the number 17 seemed like everything was kind of firing all cylinders early in the race, and then everything kind of fell back behind the 8 ball again, and that's where you just can never get out of, unfortunately. So here we go. I believe we'll be down to about 5 laps to go come the restart. And it looks like it'll be a 4-lap race shootout. Oh boy. Well, I do not envy being anybody in that top half right now, because now the chains are coming off and the chains are getting loose. It's just time to race it. And maybe you're guys like Bob Hutchins right now, you're swinging that car left and right, trying to make sure that it has got some air in the tires, got some heat in there. You may be wondering at home, why is he swinging it around it a little bit? Well, the thing is, when he swings it around like that to get the car warmed up, he's trying to get the tires to where they'll have more grip and they actually knock off and some of the dust, some of the surface on the track itself, because I mean the grime and the stuff that they come off with, it makes the cars a lot harder to steer and a lot harder to grip with, because they're on a slick surface. They need slick tires to help kind of grab the rubber on the surface itself, and that's where all that speed is transferred from the car to the weight. And now this is where things get extremely interesting. 4 laps to go. Somebody's winning this one out. Which one's it gonna be? We're about to find out. Off of corner number 4. Send them down your way, boys. Green flag is out. Oh, and a huge wreck right on the front straightaway. Bobby Hutchins goes for a complete 180 ride. Oh my goodness. And the number 77's day pretty much done and out and over with. What the heck happened here? Oh my goodness. Right on the front straightaway, everything goes for a complete 180. Oh, ouch. Look out. Hold on a minute. Con and him getting right entangled, and it looked like once those, you can see what I talked about earlier with those tires. You don't want them to touch because they're open wheels. Those open wheels, once they touch, they're pretty much a launch pad, and that's exactly what transpired there. Let's see if Hutchins lifted up into Con or if Con lifted down. Ooh. That is definitely a call the officials will have to make after the race. If you ask me, though, in the booth, I think that may be a glitch graphic gremlin that decided to pop into the stream and the race itself, and it decided to take somebody with him at last. It's been trying to take Kern all day. Well, it decided to finally get Hutchins. Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, they have 3 green-white checkers coming up, so we have that at least. But if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't know if they'll be able to get the first one in. To me, the way these things are now happening, this could end up very much being a bit more of a hassle to get to the next round. To get to that 1 lap to go, that 2 lap to go, and then finally the finish. We will have to see, though, my friends. This is not over yet. Double file back up on the restart zone. Race fans here at Martinsville, I hope you guys are ready, because we may see one come down to the wire. This one could get interesting, and this one can get a bit crazy around this part of town. They have to set them on go. Green flag will fly high as they come off turn number 4. This time on by. High, down, low. Let's send it to go home. Oh, the 5 catches the 8 right into turn number 1. And she's lost this one. Hutchins trying. He's back out of the track. He's literally a madman on a mission at this point. Trying to get one last little round out here. Every driver for themselves. Coming off turn number 2 and 3 and 4, excuse me. Hoffer gets set out of here. And they're wrecking right in front here on the front straightaway. Huge wreck in front of us here in the front straightaway. The 8 of Oric and Tyler Kahn getting into it. It's complete madness. What the hell is going on? What on earth is going on? I don't even know. Put him to the finish. Checkers, checkers. Hold the phone. What the heck happened? By the way, the Stanley Pottle goes 3rd. Shento goes 4th after spinning out. Mike Rideout goes 2nd. But the winner, well, it's going to be Nick Kern here. He gets the race win in the Legends 34, but I'm sorry for my language there coming off turn number 2, but I was not expecting that whatsoever. I am stunned. I am stunned. Alright. Let's calm down. Let's real quick. Hold on. Let's get back to this real quick. Let's take a look at the points. Here's your race results. Nick Kern gets the win. 2nd will go to Mike Rideout. 3rd to Stanley Pottle, his first ever podium. 4th goes to Chantel Pottle. 5th to Matthew Hoffert. A solid top 5 performance for both drivers getting back into this. Noah Healy goes 6th after literally having to work off the damage. 7th goes Tyler Oric. 8th to Cody McRae. 9th to Robert Kahn. 10th to Bob Hutchins. That rounds out the top 10. But I think you guys all kind of know by now what I want to go check. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the PTM Instant Replay because I don't even know what the heck happened. Let's just start it from the top. Let's go back and take a look here at the 5. This is where things started up badly here. This is where things got crazy out of the gate. Let's just take a look from her end. Here's the full replay. This is both laps. Watch carefully. So here's the mistake by the 5. There was the mistake. Now Tyler Oric's going to get caught up and trapped here coming off turn number 4. See, drivers are all over the place. They're trying to mark their way through. You can see Stanley Pottle literally back there. How the heck he got 3rd, I don't even know. But okay, so watch there. There's contact between Noah Healy. Tyler Oric and Kahn get into it. We'll go back and look at that. Take a look at that real quick here. Healy gets into it with someone here. We'll see from that angle. Driving in hard. He gets a little loose. You see him get loose there. Gets into the double O. That's where that happened. You saw the car sliding around a little bit. It was getting loosey-goosey off that turn. And then here is the one thing that I need to take a look here. And it looks like Oric drives it down low and the 21 of Kahn had nowhere to go. That's where that trouble started. And then here was the other initial impact. So McRae loses in the corner. That's where that was made at. And then pretty much Stanley Pottle just kind of sneaked his way around. Hutchins was a lap down. Kern took it right out. And Hutchins having a great battle to the end, despite Hutchins being a lap down. But it didn't matter to him in this case. All he cared about was just getting right into the field here and right on stance. And that was exactly how that one plays out. But holy smokes, that was wild. I know this is just for a fun league, but it doesn't mean I won't call these broadcasts the same way. That, my friends, was a wild, wild race. Well, there it is, race fans. There is your 3rd place finisher here today. Stanley Pottle here. He comes away 3rd. We'll go ahead and give the nod to your 2nd place finisher, Mike Rideout here. He has not joined us yet here at the moment here for the top 3 interviews. I do not believe they will do it here. And then Nick Kern walks away with another W to his name, and that definitely, I guarantee you, is going to be something he's going to be thinking about for quite some time here, considering everything he just had to endure there with Hutchins out of the gate and everyone else on the show. Well, race fans, I'm going to give them a second. I don't think we're going to have top 3 interviews, though. I think the drivers are probably a little bit wounded and probably a little bit all over the place. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Hold on a minute. We're not leaving. We got some interviews to do. Here they come now. Race fans, here's your race winner, Nick Kern, and the number 69 as he pulls this one into victory lane. Nick, congratulations, sir, on that one. And holy smokes, dude, that was wild. Nick, you got a copy down there? Hold on, race fans. Let me try to do this here real quick. Nick, you got a copy? Seem to be having troubles down there with the call here. We'll see if we can get a word in with Nick. Nick, you got a copy here, sir? Nope, it looks like we do not have a copy here, so see if maybe we get a copy of him somehow else here. We'll see if we can try this real quick. There's always another way to catch these people on guard. Alright, Nick, you got a copy down there, sir?
You get me?
Yeah, we got you. Hey, man, congratulations on your race win here today. And, boy, what a fight from start to finish. And you had to get around Hutchins there a little late in the game, but on that last half, you pretty much kind of stole the show from there.
Yeah, he was keeping the heat on. I just made sure I stuck on my line, made sure I didn't make any mistakes, didn't make any braking mistakes, just kind of kept my focus, kept my rhythm going. That way I wouldn't get too far away from him or let him catch up. Just tried to keep it methodical and was able to take the win.
You're ready to take the win, have yourself a little bit of a heyday here at Martinsville. I know this track's not been too good to you before, but today, anyway, it seemed like everything worked out perfectly and it all came through in a hot, solid start and finish here. So, Kern, I must ask this, sir. Who do you want to thank here today for this race win at Martinsville?
Well, I got to thank, of course, my team TSR for giving me a fast car. And everyone at PTM puts this on. All the drivers for coming out. And, of course, you, Crusader. You always put on a great broadcast, let me tell you.
I appreciate the support there, bud. Nevertheless, though, congratulations here at Martinsville, man. Celebrate and enjoy this moment. It's a big win for you and your team here at Martinsville, sir.
Oh, yeah, we're cracking open cans of baked beans tonight.
Enjoy, and while you're at, go find yourself a Martinsville dog, sir. Have a good one.
Heck yeah. Have a good one, bud.
Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, Nick Kern, there in the 69. Race fans, been an honor to call this one. Definitely a little wild. Again, I do apologize for my one little slip up there from the Rex there, but nevertheless, race fans, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for everyone that came on by. I'll see you guys here in a little while if you're going to stay tuned for the Green Mountain Gorilla race. But for now, if you're leaving, thank you for your support, and we'll see you guys next time on the show.